Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Mr. President, and we are here looking at some. We're going to kind of continue on with our heroes from the last video, except this time we are going to be primarily focusing on a new category of heroes. So these are going to be your administrators. Some of you caught from the first preview video that I did on the bounty hunters and showcasing how that mechanic is going to work. You guys were able to catch that in this build limits overview, there was, what's this administrators tab? So we kind of explained the commanders last time, the bounty hunters the time before, and now we're going to talk about our administrators. So the administrators are primarily going to be non-combat heroes, where the main impact that they have is going to be on the GC level. So think of people like, the separatist Speaker of the House, or senators, governors, engineers, those kind of people. So I'm going to show you a couple examples and kind of show you what you can expect from the system. So Wat Tambor, for example, is sitting over Thyfera. He is an engineer. I'll just throw the unit card on screen there for you. So first that you're going to see is that he is basically the leader of the Techno Union, and that means wherever he is located, there's going to be a 20% discount for Techno Union tech. And you can see on the bottom there that the price has gone down from 12,000 to 9,600, which is a substantial discount, especially as prices are going to increase more and more and more. Now, because he is an engineer, engineers are non-stealth units that impact essentially construction times or prices or things having to do that you would expect from, an engineer. So your build times, sometimes it is unit impacts or anything of the sort like that. All of the bonuses are going to be listed out in the unit's description. Just like the bounty hunters, you can see there at the bottom, you've got a build limit group, which is your administrators. You can have 4 active at a time. And then it also says limited service. So your engineer will despawn after 30 weeks. All of your administrators are limited service, so you can essentially swap your administrators as needed. The administrators, they are purchasable from planets that they are associated with. So there are other engineers for the Techno Union, and they can be purchased on Techno Union planets. Mechas 3, for example. We can get this guy. So he's a vehicle engineer, 5% decrease in cost and build time for vehicles, large vehicles, and air units. So if you're going to be pumping out a whole bunch of tanks, it's going to be a good investment to have this engineer present at your main tank building facilities. Now, with any engineer, what you can totally do is you can say queue up your tech at that discounted price, and then move the engineer. Once you've already got it in queue, things like the price is not going to change, the build time is not going to change because you queued it up with the engineer being present. Now, sometimes an engineer or a governor or anything like that might also have units that defend it or come with it as an escort. So if we were to go to Geonosis, for example, and we were to look at Poggers the Lesser, we can see that 1, he is an engineer. 2, he is a cunning general. So from the last video, he has a trait. That trait is cunning. This is a pretty strong one. And then you can see his engineering bonus right underneath there, that 20% reduction in cost and build time of droids and small vehicles. So if we had, say, Geonosis set up as a full factory that could build everything, having that Techno-Union engineer as well as Poggle combined would basically make it so, hey, we've got cheaper cost, faster build of pretty much everything, on top of there being a bonus to, Geonosian infantry. And then you can see in the ground complement there, he will be in a fortified shuttle, just like kind of those fortified Lambda shuttles that you're used to seeing in AOTR, where it functions as a defensive emplacement, that will also spawn an escort at their position. Same thing here, limited service, 30 weeks, part of that 4 group build limit. Now, a different example here. This is a governor. This is Gunray. Gunray is a little bit unique because, 1, he is a coward. 2, he has a mega freighter. So he runs around the galaxy, and if you put him in space, he will autopath just like freighters do in AOTR, generating money as he goes, as well as, having an economic buff, which you can see right now on Raxus Secundus, how we can see the governor bonus there, plus 573 credits just from Gunray being present. So your governors are primarily going to impact your planet directly. These are going to be things that might be economic boosts or local build time reductions, but primarily it's going to be focused on economic boost or maybe even in some cases population. For example of that here, I'm not even going to try and pronounce these names. You guys know who this is. This is the Speaker of the House for the CIS. This is an administrator that, when built, you see the little green 40 up in the top right there? That is actually going to add 40 to your galactic pop cap. So let's say if you've built your population structures and you just need to keep pumping out more military units, you're pop capped, you can build this administrator. There are others that also provide pop cap. So just by using your administrators, you can give yourself a pretty strong buffer if you find yourself too far on the back foot. Now, he is a senator. Senators have diplomatic immunity, as seen in the unit card. This means that these are stealth units, and they can travel anywhere throughout the galaxy. These are not raid capable, so I know that there's a few of you thinking that. They are strictly defensive that are there to provide the bonus, but the reason why senators are stealth units with diplomatic immunity is because you can use senators to be able to complete certain types of intervention missions, and we don't want you to be stuck where, hey, I've only got a senator that's in this that's in, the northeast, and I need to get down south, and I don't have a path down there, and I'm going to fail the mission because I can't get anybody down there. So your senators are always going to be capable of doing your missions. Same thing with your diplomat, which in this case is Count Dooku. If you have not seen the video on diplomacy, it is on, I believe, Koriak's channel, and it is also in the Discord under mod previews. So, just giving you a couple more examples. This is another population senator with increased planetary build for, just base income. Now, another thing to take into consideration is notice how it says their 25% build cost and time reduction for power generators and freighters galaxy-wide. So how this works is at the time that the Senator is finished being built, everything across the galaxy, across all of the planets that you currently own, all the power generators, all the freighters are going to be discounted. However, if you conquer new planets, they will not receive the discount. The script that is attached to any senator or governor or engineer with a global bonus is going to update every time the unit is moved. So if you were to move this guy, there's going to be a little bit of a lag spike. That's because the script is going to be checking through all the planets, making sure that the bonus is applied, and it's going to do that every single time that this senator is moved. So just something to keep in mind. Trying to get ahead of people saying, oh, there's severe lag inconsistently in the GC or anything like that. Now, every hero unit that you see on the build bar right down here, not all of these are going to be senators, governors, engineers. These are some of the commanders that we had taken a look at. You know, same concept as the previous one. Like, here is a pretty cool one. Gap Knox leading a Nemoidian gunnery battalion. Pretty good infantry hero. Disciplined is the trait. These guys are recruited from a structure called the Congressional Office. And you can see where they can be built based on Confederacy. Congressional Office, that's going to show where they can be built. This is where your heroes can be built. And then everybody's got their tech requirements and everything like that listed. Your governors, senators, and engineers do not have tech requirements. Now, where you can build these governors, senators, and engineers is actually just going to be per planet. So if we were to look at Paimon, for example, we can build, I'm going to try and say what, Tikas? I don't know. Don't ask me how to pronounce any of this stuff. I haven't heard of half of these people before we started doing all this. Or, you can go to Cato Pneumonia, pick up Lot Dodd. So, it'll be fun. Not every planet you own is going to give you a senator, governor, or engineer, but some of the planets you might be able to conquer could give you access to certain people. Or if there's certain administrators that you feel are very important that are close to the front lines, it's better to pick them up if you think that the planet is going to fall under pressure or that you could lose control of the system. Just remember that your engineers and governors are not stealth. Your senators are. So, depending on what you're needing or what your grand strategies are going to be, keep that in mind. Now, there are some heroes that can be recruited in multiple locations. For example, Sandhill, leader of the banking clan. He can be picked up here at Raxus Secundus, which is the CIS capital. He can also be picked up here at Munilinst. So, more things to think about on the galactic map. This should be able to kind of help show and encourage more strategies, more options, more ways to play the game and impact your campaign. So that is kind of it for this showcase. I know it's a little bit of a short one, but hopefully I've been helping explain all these mechanics to y'all so that there's not a ton of confusion when this releases. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try and answer as many questions as I can in the comments below. I'm super excited to get this into your guys' hands. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.